Dad, didn't you mention my fiancée from the arranged marriage might be coming by? Could you ask her if she's still willing to be my bride for the wedding I have planned for the first of next month? There was a moment of silence on the other end of the line. Aren't you supposed to be marrying Chloe? I thought you were in the middle of preparing for that wedding. What happened? Did you two have another fight? Dad, just ask her for me, please, I said, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside me. All right, son, whatever makes you happy, I only want the best for you. I will be, I replied confidently. There was a time when I loved Chloe with an intensity that bordered on worship. I truly believed she was my soulmate. Our wedding date was set, and the thought of finally being her husband filled me with an indescribable joy. Then, in the span of a single afternoon, my entire world was turned upside down. Just an hour before that call to my father, Chloe and I were at a boutique, trying on our wedding attire. I had just stepped out of the dressing room, eager to show her how I looked, but she was nowhere in sight. My eyes scanned the spacious room until I found her, tucked away in a quiet corner by the window, speaking on her phone with a sweet, secretive smile on her face. Before I could walk over, one of the shop's staff members approached me. Mr. Roman, there's a call for you. It's the wedding planning company. I took the phone. Hello? Mr. Roman, the voice on the other end, said. Chloe's assistant just called with a correction for the groom's name on the arrangements. They want to change it to Alex. Were you aware of this change? A cold, heavy sadness washed over me, immediately followed by a wave of hot anger. I knew she had betrayed me, but I never imagined she could be this heartless. Alex, Chloe's first love, had returned from overseas last month, and a knot of dread had been tightening in my stomach ever since. My worst fears were confirmed yesterday when she left the house without her lucky charm, a simple red string she always wore as a symbol of our love. I had a bad feeling, so I followed the tracking signal from her phone, which led me to a high-end club. There, through a gap in the crowd, I witnessed something that shattered my heart. I saw Chloe, my Chloe, accepting Alex's proposal. Aren't you marrying Leo soon? Someone in their group asked. What about him if you're with Alex now? Chloe dismissed the question with a casual wave of her hand. Alex is sick, and this is his last wish. As for Leo, we'll just keep it from him for now. He loves me too much to ever leave, even if he finds out. Alex nodded, his expression one of deep gratitude. I'm sorry to put you in this position, Chloe, but this is my dying wish. I believe Leo will understand. They shared a passionate kiss to the cheers of their friends, and I stormed away, my mind reeling with fury. Hello, Mr. Roman, are we changing the name? The planner's voice pulled me back to the present. The Leo who once adored Chloe, who couldn't imagine a single day without her, found a strange, cold strength in that moment of ultimate betrayal. Yes, change it, I said, my voice devoid of emotion, and book the adjacent hall for me. I'll wire you the money. Just duplicate everything from her wedding. By the way, you'll need to change the bride's name on my arrangements too. I'll text you the details. The person on the line paused, clearly confused. For the same wedding date? The same date, I confirmed. Taking a deep breath, I hung up the phone. A few moments later, Chloe returned, wrapping her arms around me from behind. Leo, you look so handsome today. Really? I looked at my reflection in the mirror. I did look good. But why would the woman I was about to marry do this to me? Yes, the most handsome man in the world, Chloe said, though her voice held a hint of hesitation. Leo, there's something I need to discuss with you. Can we? Can we postpone the wedding? Something important came up on the first of the month. Something came up. I scoffed internally. Her something important was a wedding to another man, using the venue and the date I had so carefully planned. All of it happening right under my nose. Fine, I said, my voice surprisingly calm. We can postpone. Her reaction was one of surprised relief, followed by a flicker of anxiety. I love you, Leo. I swear I'll marry you, just wait for me. I'll love you forever. She then glanced at her watch. Oh, something just came up at the office. I have to go, but I'll be home soon. Watching her rush out of the shop, her promises echoed in my mind, sounding utterly ridiculous. She was so confident, so sure that I'd never leave her, even after finding out the truth. But this time, she was profoundly wrong. Not only was I leaving her, but I was also getting married on the very same day. Back at the home we shared, I started packing my belongings. I was midway through when Chloe returned, breathless. Leo, I came back as soon as I could. Did you miss me? She held out a box of expensive chocolates. I got these just for you. I'm sorry for leaving the bridal shop early. Please forgive me. Future hubby? I suppressed a bitter laugh. I recognized the box. They were the same brand of chocolates from Alex's proposal party. She had just grabbed them from that scene and brought them to me. You want to share the joy of your new engagement with me? Why are you laughing? Chloe asked, a flicker of unease in her eyes. Nothing, I replied, taking the box from her. As I did, I noticed a small red mark on her neck, partially hidden by her collar. You've got a mark on your neck. She quickly touched the spot, her face flushing. It was clearly a hickey from where Alex had kissed her. Oh, maybe something bit me, she said, trying to sound casual. I hummed, deciding not to call her out on the lie. Your clothes are dirty. Let me wash them for you. We have staff for that. I would never make you do laundry, she protested. But why not this time? I pressed gently. She seemed to think she had dodged another bullet. Giving me a quick kiss on the cheek, she said, You're the best, Leo. Her jacket came off easily, and as I took it, the faint but distinct scent of another man's cologne hit me. A surge of frustration went through me, and I yanked the fabric hard between my hands, hearing a faint tearing sound. Some things aren't better when they're new, I remarked, looking at the jacket. That's so true, Chloe nodded, oblivious. That jacket is really comfortable. It's a shame you ruined it in the wash, otherwise I could have worn it a few more times. You know I'm a very loyal person. She was indeed loyal. She had liked someone 5 years ago, and even after he disappeared for all that time, she still liked him the moment he returned. But what about me? What did the 5 years we spent together mean to her? Growing up, I was never short of admirers. After college, I took a job at Chloe's family company, and the moment I saw her, I fell for her completely. But I was proud and hesitant to make the first move, given our different social standings. Somehow, Chloe ended up developing feelings for me too, and she was the one who began to pursue me. At first, I was afraid of our differences and didn't dare accept her feelings. That all changed one day when a fire broke out in the office building. The alarm blared, and everyone scrambled to get outside. I had taken some cold medicine earlier and was asleep in a small lounge, completely unaware of the danger. It was Chloe who braved the smoke and flames, rushing back inside to drag me out to safety. From that moment on, I swore to myself that I would be with her forever, that I would love and cherish her with everything I had. 5 years. 5 whole years. I would never forget the day we officially got together. Chloe had sworn to the heavens, Leo, I promise I'll only love you for my entire life. Seeing how serious she was, I hugged her tightly and said, Chloe, I'll love and cherish you forever. Then, with a hint of nervousness born from the depth of my love, I added, If one day you stop loving me, just tell me straight. I'll let you go. I'm loyal to you, and I hope you'll be the same to me. If you ever betray me, I won't stick around. Those promises still echoed in my ears, yet her heart had long since changed. Or perhaps, her heart had never truly belonged to me in the first place. I clutched the fabric of my shirt, a burning sensation rising in my chest. I couldn't hold back the tears that welled in my eyes. What's wrong? Why are your eyes red? Seeing me like this, Chloe panicked. I'm fine. It was Chloe who betrayed me first, so I decided I would keep my word. I wouldn't stay. After I finally managed to comfort her, she tried to kiss me as she usually would, but I instinctively pushed her away. She coughed awkwardly, letting go of me and reaching out for a gift. All right, where's my present? I told her to wait and went to my room. I brought out the wedding invitations we had picked out together. On the lines for the bride and groom, I carefully wrote my name and the name Mia. Then I placed the single invitation inside a beautifully wrapped box. Downstairs, I handed the box to her. What's this? Curious, Chloe tried to open it, but I stopped her. Open it on the 1st of next month. Hearing that specific date made Chloe's hand tremble. Wasn't that the day she was supposed to marry Alex? Why? Because the 1st of next month was supposed to be our wedding day, I said with a faint smile, sealing the box shut with a piece of tape. Since the wedding is postponed, I wanted to give you a big gift. I think you'll be surprised. All right, I love surprises, she said, playfully poking my nose and jumping into my arms. Leo, I'm really happy today. Happy. The light in my eyes dimmed. Happy about what? Probably about getting engaged to another man while thinking I was completely unaware. I felt a profound sadness, but Chloe, wrapped up in her own world, didn't notice a thing. That evening, while Chloe was in the shower, I sat on the couch scrolling through my phone. I stumbled across a post from one of Chloe's close friends. It was a video of Chloe's proposal with the caption, "Finally, the love I've envied for so long has come true. Let's celebrate tonight at the usual spot." I paused, my finger hovering over the video, when a comment popped up. "You posted this on social media? Did you block Leo?" The friend replied, "Do you think I'm that dumb?" Of course, I blocked him. Reading the exchange, my lips curled into a mocking smile. When we first got together, Chloe had introduced me to her best friends. They had all called me brother-in-law and promised to keep an eye on her for me. "Don't worry," they'd said. "If Chloe ever wrongs you, just tell us. We'll yell at her for you. We'll make sure she won't fool around. And if anything happens, we'll tell you first thing." And now, here they were, all of them helping Chloe hide the fact that she was marrying someone else. Within seconds, the post was deleted. Soon, Chloe came out of the bathroom, her hair still wet. She looked flustered. "Leo, you." "What's up?" I asked, looking up at her with a blank expression, as if I hadn't seen a thing. Seeing no reaction from me, Chloe visibly relaxed. "Nothing, just letting you know I'm done with my shower." I stood up, and as I was heading out the door of the living room, I overheard her talking on the phone with her friend. "Are you crazy? Delete that post from social media right now. What if Leo sees it?" "I told you, Leo absolutely cannot know about this. Are you guys trying to get me in trouble?" There was a pause. "All right, it's deleted. He definitely didn't see it. By the way, if you don't show up to your own celebration, what's the point? Alex is already here." As Chloe hesitated, I walked back in suddenly. "Who were you talking to?" "Oh, just Helen and the others. They're asking me out for drinks." "Oh, really? I haven't seen them in a while," I said, my tone casual. "I'll join you. I feel like having a drink tonight." I truly wanted to see just how well they could all maintain this elaborate charade when I was standing right in front of them. Chloe tried to come up with excuses, but she couldn't manage to stop me. Throughout the car ride to the bar, she nervously fidgeted with her phone, undoubtedly updating her friends on the situation. When we arrived, I immediately spotted Chloe's friends. 4 women sat stiffly at a table, sipping their drinks, an air of tension around them. Seeing me, they all stood up in unison. "Hi, brother-in-law." "Don't worry, no one else is here, just us girls." I raised an eyebrow, silently challenging the unspoken suggestion that I, as a guy, shouldn't be there. Everyone froze for a moment. Chloe quickly squeezed my hand. "That's not what they meant. They're just worried you'd get bored." "I didn't mean anything by it either," I said smoothly. "It's just been a while, and I came for a drink. Since it's just a girls' night, I'll finish this up and head out." I downed my drink in one go, pretending not to notice the fleeting smiles of relief on their faces, and turned to leave. Chloe played her part perfectly, acting reluctant and hugging me. "Aw, give me a kiss before you go." I leaned down and kissed her forehead. "I won't be back too late. If you get tired, go ahead and sleep without waiting for me." I walked downstairs, but instead of leaving, I tucked myself away in a shadowed corner and waited. Sure enough, within minutes, I saw Alex arrive. He hurried upstairs and slipped into the private room. From the doorway, I watched everything unfold. Alex pulled Chloe onto his lap. "Seriously, why did you bring him?" Alex complained. "Now I have to hide. You owe me a kiss to make up for it." Chloe laughed, wrapping her arms around his neck. "Fine. I'll give you 2. She planted a long kiss on his lips. "Oh wow, really making us jealous here," one of her friends teased. Soon, they invited a group of men into the room, and the party quickly became a raucous affair. They started a game of truth or dare, and fittingly, Chloe was the first one up. A friend asked her with a mischievous grin, "Chloe, who do you like more, Alex or Leo?" Hearing the question, Alex didn't get angry. Instead, he just watched her with a smile. "Be honest, don't hold back just because I'm sick." Chloe lounged in Alex's arms, seeming completely at ease. "I like you both," she said. "But you were the one who ended things back then. I'm only marrying you now to fulfill your last wish, since you're so sick. After that, the one I'll grow old with is Leo. We all agreed on this, so next time, don't let something like today happen again. We have to keep it from Leo, all right? He can't stand lies. If he finds out I'm being cozy with someone else, he'll likely break up with me." She couldn't just leave Alex hanging, she explained. He had come back with a terminal illness, and his only wish was to marry her. How could she ignore a man she once loved so deeply? The plan was simple. Just keep Leo in the dark. Once Alex was gone, she would marry Leo and take care of him forever. It was a perfect solution where everyone wins and no one gets hurt. Alex held her tightly, pretending to be calm. I don't mind. I'm the one who left you after all. I'm just thrilled you're giving this time to me. I love Chloe, and I don't want to hurt her boyfriend. So please, help us keep this secret. I stood outside the door, the color draining from my face. Their words were like knives, stabbing at me, gutting me from the inside out. The pain was unbearable. Hearing Chloe's cold, calculated decision, I felt nothing but disgust. I never expected the woman I had loved for 5 years to be so rotten at her core. I leaned against the wall, my body trembling with a pain so intense my strength evaporated. I sank to the ground, unable to move for a long while. Eventually, I managed to gather myself and began to walk blindly down the stairs. I hadn't gone far before a wave of weakness overtook me. My vision blurred, and I fainted, tumbling down the remaining steps. Someone help! A guy's fallen down the stairs! Voices shouted nearby. A small crowd gathered around me. Just before I blacked out, I saw Chloe and her friends walking out of the bar. They barely glanced at the commotion before moving on, laughing and talking amongst themselves. How could they know that the person at the center of the stir was the man they were so carefully deceiving? I woke up later in a hospital bed. A nurse was tending to the bandages on my head. You're awake. How did I get here? I asked, my voice hoarse. You passed out from low blood sugar. Someone brought you in, but they're gone now. Do you want me to call a family member for you? No need, I said, shaking my head. Just the thought of Chloe's name made me feel nauseous. Dragging myself out of the room, I went to the front desk to settle the bill. As I passed a nurse's station, I overheard them gossiping. Did you hear? Early this morning, a couple was rushed in after they rolled off a sofa at some bar and landed on broken glass. The guy was covered in cuts. I saw them. They must have been going at it pretty fiercely. You never would have guessed young folks were so wild these days. That girl looked familiar. Maybe she's on TV or something? I feel like I've seen her before. I stopped, wanting to ask for more details, but just then, I saw two figures approaching down the hallway. It was them. The nurses quickly scurried off, whispering, "That's them. Good looking, but so wild." My feet felt like they were weighted with lead. I couldn't move. Then, Chloe noticed me. Her eyes widened, and she quickly let go of Alex's arm. "Leo, why are you here?" she asked, hurrying over and scanning me with a worried expression. "You look so pale. Why didn't you call me? And you? You're with this guy?" I sidestepped her attempt to touch me. Alex extended his hand with a confident smile. "Hi, I'm Alex, Chloe's." He let his words hang in the air, a clear provocation. Chloe jumped in immediately. "Just friends! We're just friends!" Alex's expression shifted slightly, but he didn't concede. "Nice to meet you. I'm getting married next month. I hope you can come." Hearing that, Chloe glared at him. "Alex, he doesn't know you. Why would you invite him to your wedding?" "He doesn't know me, but he knows you very well, doesn't he? And we're close, so by extension we all know each other, right?" Facing his blatant taunting, I smiled coolly at Chloe. "Chloe," I asked gently, "wasn't our wedding originally set for that day too? You said you had something important to do then. Is that something attending his wedding?" Chloe panicked, shaking her head frantically. "Absolutely not. It's work. I'm going overseas for work. Don't overthink things." Her nervousness was painfully obvious, but I was already past the point of caring. "Sorry, I'm busy that day," I said to Alex. "What a coincidence." "Yes, it is," I added, delivering the final blow. "Because I'm getting married that day too." As soon as the words left my mouth, Chloe looked at me, her eyes wide with alarm. "What are you talking about, Leo? Didn't we postpone our wedding?" Seeing her anxious expression, I took a deep breath to calm the storm inside me. "Nothing. Just talking nonsense. I can't make it that day." I turned to leave, but Chloe tried to follow me. I stopped her. "You're here with your friend for a medical appointment. It's not right to leave him alone. I can manage by myself. Don't worry about me." Watching me walk away, Chloe felt a sharp pain in her chest. Seeing her concern for me, Alex frowned. "Chloe, I'm in so much pain. My whole body hurts. Can you take me home?" Chloe was already upset by my attitude and snapped at him. "Know your place and stop provoking him." When I got home, I continued packing my things. I couldn't stand to stay in that house for another moment. Luckily, I didn't have too much stuff, and soon, everything was packed into a single suitcase. After I finished, I grabbed the suitcase and went downstairs. My eyes fell on the box of chocolates Chloe had given me, still sitting on the table. With a cold sneer, I tossed them into the trash can. A housemaid saw me and asked with confusion, "Sir, didn't Miss Chloe give these to you? Don't you want them?" I replied with a blank expression, "Things that have been used by others, I find them dirty." The chocolate seemed perfectly fine. The maid didn't understand how they could have been used, and I was too tired to explain. I went back upstairs and threw all the clothes, bags, and other gifts Chloe had given me over the years into one large bag. "Throw these away," I told the maid. "Throw them away?" She paused, bewildered. "Sir, didn't you once treasure these things? You always said they were from Miss Chloe, and you couldn't even bear to wear them. Didn't you hear what I said?" I also took out the expensive watches and ties I had gifted to Chloe. "Donate them." "But these are expensive gifts for Miss Chloe," the maid protested. I said, "Donate them." My tone left no room for argument. The staff quickly took the items away. After sorting everything, I took out my phone and booked a plane ticket home for the next day. Just after booking the ticket, a message popped up on my phone from an unknown number. I opened it and found a series of suggestive photos of Chloe and Alex. Below the pictures was a message. "Leo, if you're not a complete fool, you should know that my relationship with Chloe isn't simple. Curious why we were at the hospital today? It's because things got a bit too intense between us at the bar, and we got hurt accidentally. Oh, and I'm getting married next month. The bride is your girlfriend Chloe. I'm her first love. For the past 5 years, you were just filling in for me while she was feeling empty." Every word dripped with provocation. Seeing the pictures and reading the message, I couldn't help but seethe with a white-hot anger. 5 years of emotions don't just disappear with a single decision. My hand trembled, my eyes turning red with unshed tears. That's when Chloe returned. She hugged me from behind, whispering softly, "Leo, why are you upset again? I'm back. Nothing is going on with him, I promise. I just drank too much with the girls last night and didn't come home. Alex is just a friend who's back from abroad. I only ran into him this morning. Please, don't overthink it." Hearing her cascade of lies, I wiped the moisture from my eyes and turned off my phone. "I know," I said, pushing her away and staring at her. Her face looked the same as it did 5 years ago, pure and clean, but her heart had changed beyond recognition. I couldn't hold back any longer and gripped her shoulders tightly. Chloe winced in pain but somehow seemed relieved. "If you're upset, squeeze harder," she offered. "It's fine with me, just don't be mad." Her feigned affection felt disgusting. I tightened my grip again. She had asked for it. "Chloe, do you remember what I said? I can forgive anything but betrayal. If you betray me, I will marry someone else." Chloe's face changed instantly. "Leo, what are you saying? I promised you I'd be with you until the end, and I will always love you. I won't change my heart, never." She loved me the most, yet she ended up in the hospital with another man. She loved me the most, yet she postponed our wedding to cover for someone else's. I stared at her, trying to see into her heart, to understand what she was truly thinking. Finally, I just nodded, saying nothing more. "I know." Chloe hugged me again, but I pushed her away. Every time she got close, the memory of her hugging Alex in that bar resurfaced. It was too disgusting, the repulsion too strong. Then, for the first time, Chloe noticed my packed suitcase by the door. Her newly settled heart grew uneasy again. "Whose suitcase is this?" "Where are you going?" she asked, gripping my arm. "Oh, my mom said it's time for me to visit home before the wedding." I lied smoothly. "Is that it?" Chloe sighed in relief. "I know some places have that tradition, not seeing each other before the wedding. Even though ours is postponed, if you miss home, you should stay for a few more days." I smiled faintly but said nothing, grabbing my suitcase to leave. "I'll take you to the airport," Chloe offered. I gave her a sarcastic grin. "No need. Don't people say the groom and the bride should indulge a little before the wedding? Chloe, you might need that too." "That's not like me," Chloe reassured him. "Leo, I promise I won't do anything to hurt you. Once you're gone, I'll stay virtuous until our wedding day." I lowered my head slowly, feeling like I had lost all hope. "Okay, take care then, I'm leaving." With that, I pushed past her and left without a single backward glance. Watching me leave, Chloe felt a strange sensation, but she couldn't pinpoint why. Not long after, she went to contact Alex again. Finally, I was home. My parents were overjoyed, asking me all sorts of questions. "You finally decided to come back," my dad said. "The Wilson family already agreed to the wedding on the 1st of next month. But didn't you say you were supposed to marry Chloe on that day? What happened? Did you change brides all of a sudden?" "Yeah, son, marriage is no joke," my mom added. "Just marry whoever you love. We're reasonable people. I didn't want to talk. I was utterly exhausted. Mom, Dad, I'm really tired. I just want to go to my room and sleep. Dragging my weary body upstairs, I knew my parents sensed my mood and didn't press further. All right then. You get some rest before the wedding. My mom called after me. Should we arrange for you to meet the girl? No need, I replied from the stairs. If she's okay with it, then I'll see her on the wedding day. I figured since I had already made the decision to get married, it didn't matter if we met beforehand or not. Eventually, the wedding day approached. Chloe started to sense something was off. At her bachelorette party, she vented to her friends. Leo's been ignoring me lately, not even answering my calls. Do you think he found out something? No way, one of them said. We kept it under wraps so well. Tomorrow, just focus on marrying Alex, okay? Despite her unease, the day of her wedding to Alex had arrived, and Chloe couldn't afford to worry anymore. The next morning, I sat in front of the mirror in my room as my mom helped with my tie. She was overjoyed, her laughter turning into tears. My son, you're finally getting married today. Mom, marriage is a happy occasion. Why are you crying? How can I not cry? You rascal, you're all grown up, she sobbed. Luckily, we know the Wilsons well, and their daughter Mia is a sweet girl. She just got back from her post overseas, and I heard she's a lovely army officer. She's certainly not worse than Chloe. She tried to show me a picture on her phone, but I stopped her. No need, Mom. I'll see her in person soon enough. I checked the time. It was already 7 in the morning. I needed to head to the hotel, and Chloe should be on her way to the adjacent hall as well. It was time to announce to everyone that I, Leo Roman, was getting married. I picked up my phone and posted a simple message. Getting married. Wish me luck. The comments rolled in instantly. Congrats, congrats. 5 years and the lovebirds finally tie the knot. Finally marrying Chloe. So envious of you two. Wishing you and Chloe eternal happiness. I read the comments with a faint, bitter smile. Everyone thought I was marrying Chloe. But she was off to marry her first love, and I was set to wed a woman I had never even met. Chloe, filled with a nagging unease, got into the wedding car with Alex and headed to the very hotel where she had planned to marry me. As soon as they arrived, a few old friends came over, smiling. Congrats, Chloe. Finally getting married, huh? But where's Leo? We haven't seen him. Leo? Chloe replied awkwardly. I'm not marrying him today. No way, stop kidding, one friend said. Leo just posted this morning that he's getting married. Isn't it to you? Stunned, Chloe asked. What did you say? Leo posted about getting married today? She snatched the phone from her friend's hand, and seeing my post, her mind went blank. He couldn't be. Married to who? Just then, a sleek black car pulled up, and I stepped out, dressed in my tuxedo. Seeing me, Chloe's face turned pale. Leo? Why are you here? She asked, her voice trembling. I exited the car and faced her with a sarcastic smirk. I was about to ask you the same thing. I glanced at Alex, standing there in the very suit I had chosen for my own wedding, in the place I thought was meant for me. Alex's expression was grim. He clearly realized I was there to interrupt their wedding. Leo, you must have known about Chloe marrying me today, so you showed up in a suit to take her away, right? Alex pleaded, coughing weakly. Please, Leo, don't ruin my wedding. I'm dying soon. Just let me marry her before I go. It's my only wish. He was earnest, but I remained unmoved. More people began to gather, witnessing the scene and assuming I was the one causing trouble. Leo, I love Chloe, but I'm terminally ill, Alex continued, his voice thick with emotion. My only wish is to marry her before I die. Please, let me have this. Faced with such a desperate plea, I found the entire situation ridiculous. Chloe couldn't stand it anymore and helped Alex to his feet. Alex, stop. Leo is an understanding person. He'll let you have this. She then turned to me, taking my hand. I'm sorry, Leo. I didn't mean to hide it from you. But with Alex's condition getting worse, I can't just ignore his last wish. Be good and go home. After this is over, I'll come back to you. I shook her hand off, my expression unreadable. Chloe, why do you automatically assume I'm here because of you? Leo, stop fooling around, Chloe said, her voice strained. This is my fault today, okay? I promise I will. Yeah, brother-in-law, her friends chimed in. Just let Chloe and Alex have this day. Don't make a scene. Chloe still loves you, you know. I looked at the group of women in front of me and let out a cold laugh. I'll say it again, I said, my voice cutting through the chatter. I'm not here for you today. With that, I started to walk into the hotel. But Alex blocked my path. Leo, so you're not going to do me this one solid, huh? You want to see me dead, is that it? As soon as he finished speaking, he suddenly lunged towards a nearby marble column and slammed his head against it. The crowd gasped as blood dripped from his forehead, staining his white shirt red. That single, dramatic move wiped away any lingering hesitation in Chloe's heart. She rushed to his side. Alex, why'd you have to do that? Chloe, he choked out, you know my biggest dream is to marry you. Now Leo won't let it happen, so I might as well just die right now. Seeing him like this, Chloe looked up at me, her gaze growing colder by the second. Leo, do you seriously need to see Alex hurt himself before you're satisfied? Since when did you become so cruel and cold-hearted? Her accusation felt like a physical blow. So this was how she saw me. But it didn't matter anymore. I had had enough of this drama. Chloe helped Alex up, gave me one last disappointed look, and led him into their wedding hall without turning back. As they left, someone approached me. Leo, there's no need for this, really. Since Chloe said the guy doesn't have long to live, just stop making a fuss and go back home. So many people are watching. Like I said, I repeated, my patience wearing thin. I'm not here for Chloe today. I'm getting married today. Right in the next hall. You're all welcome to swing by if you have time. With that, I walked into the hotel lobby, leaving a crowd of confused and whispering guests behind me. When I entered my designated wedding hall, most of my family was already there, but there was no sign of the bride. My mom looked worried. Mia wouldn't bail on us, right? Don't be silly, my dad said, though he looked stressed too. The Wilsons are here. Mia wouldn't just not show up. I heard she was heading back yesterday. She's probably just running late. I sat there with a blank face. To say I wasn't anxious would be a lie. I was about to marry a complete stranger. I didn't even know if she was pretty or ugly, tall or short. But did I have regrets? Not really. I wasn't getting any younger. It was time to settle down. If it couldn't be with the woman I loved, then whoever it was didn't really matter. From the hall next door, the host's voice echoed through the walls. I glanced over in that direction. Meanwhile, standing in front of her own host, Chloe was obviously distracted, her mind flooded with thoughts of me. Mr. Alex, her host asked, do you take Miss Chloe as your lawful wedded wife, to love and cherish her through wealth or poverty, sickness or health, as long as you both shall live? Eagerly, Alex responded, I do. Miss Chloe, do you take Mr. Alex as your lawful wedded husband? Lost deep in thought, Chloe didn't even hear the question. The host had to ask again. Just as she was about to snap out of it and respond, someone in the crowd shouted, It turns out Leo wasn't kidding. He's actually getting married today, right next door. A buzz went through the room as guests started running out to see the spectacle for themselves. Oddly, even though Chloe knew I was causing a scene, her heart couldn't stop feeling uneasy. She started to follow the crowd. Chloe, please don't go. Alex grabbed her, pleading. It's our wedding day. If you walk out on me, I'll be humiliated. I'm just going to take a quick look, she said, pulling her arm away. I'll be right back. And with that, she and Alex both stepped down from the stage, leaving their guests and a bewildered host behind. Back on my side, it was almost time, but there was still no bride. The murmurs in the audience grew louder. Could Chloe have been right? Was this wedding just a sham to get back at her? Hearing there was no bride, Alex was relieved and ready to gloat. Leo, you really don't have to do this, he said with feigned concern as he and Chloe walked into my hall. Why make such a scene and have everyone see you and Chloe be the butt of a joke? Chloe also felt relieved not seeing a bride. She thought Alex was right. Leo, stop this and come down. Go wait for me at home. I scoffed. Wait for you? Chloe, why on earth would you think I'd still wait for you? I waited for 5 years, and now you're here marrying someone else. I'm waiting for my bride. Once our wedding is done, I'll go back. There's no bride, is there? Alex taunted. Why hasn't she shown up? Believing it was all an act, Chloe turned to leave. Just as she did, I called out, Chloe, since you're here already, won't you have a drink at my wedding before you go? I stepped down from the stage, poured a glass of champagne, and offered it to her. She didn't take it. Leo, this isn't funny. If you wanted to put on a show, you should have hired a bride, not tried to play all the roles by yourself. What show? My father interjected, his voice firm. My son is here to get married, not to put on a play. You're welcome to stay for the celebration, but if you're here to cause trouble, please leave. Convinced it was all a bluff, Chloe took the glass and drank it down. If you're really getting married, then congratulations, she said, ready to walk away. Just then, the grand doors of the hall swung open. A woman, dusty and wearing torn, dirty clothes, walked in. My parents gasped. "Mia, you finally made it!" I looked up, seeing the woman I was supposed to marry for the first time. She was covered in dirt, her clothes were ripped, and she was clearly not ready for a wedding. Her features were indistinct under the grime, but she carried herself with a remarkable grace. My father had said she was an officer, and her posture was indeed tall and elegant. I raised my eyebrows, pleasantly surprised. "Sorry, Mom, Dad. I'm late," Mia said. Before she could explain, Alex shouted in disbelief. "A beggar? Leo, is this who you're marrying?" His voice was so loud that everyone heard. Chloe snapped. "Leo, if you want to annoy me, you don't have to get a beggar to stand in for your bride." Mia frowned, glancing down at herself. She'd been in a car crash and had pulled an old woman from beneath the wreckage, which explained her disheveled state. But to be mistaken for a beggar was too much. She didn't bother to explain, her eyes instead finding me, her groom. His aura was striking, his looks unquestionable. But who knows about his character, she was probably thinking. Even if she were a beggar, I declared, my voice ringing with conviction, she is the one I'm marrying. I walked over to Mia and took her hand. "Chloe, meet my wife, Mia." Chloe was stunned. She remembered me mentioning a betrothed named Mia, but she had always assumed I would never leave her, so she had brushed the thought aside. Now, here I was actually marrying that woman. "Leo, haven't you had enough?" Chloe's voice trembled as she grabbed my wrist, trying to pull me away. I stayed put, but it was Mia who pulled Chloe's hand off me. "He doesn't want to go with you. Can't you see that?" she said, her voice calm but firm. She had heard about my 5-year girlfriend and figured this was her. Sizing Chloe up, Mia must have thought she looked rather ordinary. Seems my new husband didn't have the best taste. "And who are you? Why should I listen to you?" Chloe was panicking, her heart racing. "Can't you tell?" "I'm Leo's wife," Mia said, confidently putting her arm around my waist. Seeing her touch me, Chloe went pale. "Don't touch him!" she shrieked, about to pounce when a group of women in sharp military uniforms marched in, standing erect and commanding attention. "A beggar? Who said our colonel is a beggar?" one of them announced. Everyone was startled. Even I was taken aback. This dusty woman was a colonel. To become a colonel at such a young age, my wife was impressive. "And she's a woman," someone whispered. "Way better than Chloe, who's only a CEO." Chloe shook her head in disbelief, looking at me. "You said you'd only marry me?" "You said the same thing," I retorted weakly. "You said you would only marry me. Did you forget? I made a vow. If you ever betrayed me, I would marry someone else." "Chloe, that was our promise, wasn't it?" Chloe was scared to her core. She finally realized I wasn't kidding. "I'm sorry, Leo. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I won't marry Alex. I won't see him again. Just give me one more chance, please." "Take her away," Mia said calmly. Her subordinates came over and surrounded Chloe. Not wanting to intimidate me, Mia turned to ask my opinion. "Honey, what do you think?" The word honey made my cheeks turn red. I turned to meet the gaze of the woman beside me, momentarily getting lost in her gentle eyes before snapping back to reality. "Yeah," I nodded, agreeing. I didn't want to see Chloe right now. I just wanted this whole drama to end. "Leo, I was wrong. Forgive me." Chloe wouldn't leave, clinging to my hand. "Are you really going to marry someone you don't love? You loved me? You loved me for 5 years, remember?" Indeed, I had loved her for 5 whole years. But this was her choice. I had given her a chance, and she hadn't cherished it. Looking at her desperate expression, I once again pulled my hand away. Seeing this, Mia spoke firmly. "Take her away." Chloe was pulled outside, collapsing at my feet, desperately apologizing. "Leo, please don't marry her. I'll marry you, okay? We can get married right now if you want." For the first time, I saw Chloe in such a pitiful state. In the past, I probably would have felt sorry for her. But now, I didn't even want to look at her. I closed my eyes, turned around, and stepped toward the stage. "Everyone," I announced. "Today, Chloe and I are both getting married. My wedding is here, hers is next door. Many of you are friends with both of us, so feel free to attend whichever ceremony you'd like." As I finished, Mia's people continued to drag a struggling Chloe away. Alex, seeing his chance gone, shouted, "Olivia, stop it! Can't you see he has decided to marry someone else? Let's just leave. Get lost. Get away." Chloe's eyes were bloodshot as she shoved Alex aside. I'm not marrying you. The only person I want to marry is Leo. The situation was a mess. My mother, unable to take it anymore, walked over and slapped Chloe across the face. I've had enough of you. You've been with my son for 5 years. Not only do you refuse to marry him, but you deceive him, using his wedding venue to marry another man. If you don't stop, I'll knock some sense into you for him. But Chloe was relentless. It was Mia's influential father who finally had enough. With a single glance, several large men rushed over and forcibly dragged a screaming, bleeding Chloe out of the hall. Alex then turned to me. Leo, are you just going to watch Chloe get hit like this? She's like this because of you. Are you satisfied? I looked at Chloe, who was beaten black and blue, and calmly walked toward her. Mia tried to stop me, but I shook my head. Thanks, but I'll handle this myself. Leo, Chloe said, blood on her lips, forcing a smile. I'll marry you. Let's get married right now. Chloe, don't be foolish. I don't love you anymore. I'm not going to marry you. My words plunged her heart into despair. Impossible. You don't love me? You betrayed me first, didn't you? Alex insisted, trying to stir up more trouble. I betrayed her? I laughed. My family and the Wilsons can all vouch that I met Mia for the first time today. But you, mister? Alex, you knew Chloe and I were a couple, yet you manipulated her into marrying you. If there's betrayal here, it's her betraying me. Don't you agree? Chloe and I are innocent, Alex defended. She only agreed to marry me to fulfill my last wish. I took a deep breath and looked at Chloe. What about you, Chloe? Can you honestly say you've never wronged me? She panicked, glancing guiltily at me. No, Leo, there's nothing between me and Alex. We've never done anything. I only love you. Hearing her say that, the last bit of hope I had for her vanished completely. I closed my eyes and handed my phone to the wedding planner. Help me put these photos up on the big screen. The staff was momentarily shocked by the contents, but they quickly complied. One by one, incriminating photos of Chloe and Alex appeared on the screen, along with the taunting text messages Alex had sent me. It all played out in front of everyone. In that instant, Chloe and Alex became the targets of everyone's judgment. Chloe stood there, stunned into silence, her face an unreadable mask of shame and disbelief. After what felt like an eternity, she turned and grabbed Alex's wrist. I told you to know your place, not to provoke him. Are you crazy? You sent those photos to Leo? Faced with her fury, all Alex could do was stammer, I'm sorry, Chloe. I just love you too much. Do you have anything else to say? I asked. My voice tired. I hadn't wanted things to get to this point, but she had stubbornly denied everything until the evidence was right in front of her. Chloe went silent, sinking to the ground and lowering her head. My father called for her to be dragged out, and this time, she didn't resist. Mia hadn't been involved in the confrontation. By the time I saw her again, she was dressed in a pristine white wedding gown, her face clean and fresh. I finally saw what my future wife truly looked like. She was beautiful, confident, and radiant. The scene of me putting the photos on the screen had apparently been undeniably satisfying for her. Now that the irrelevant people are gone, she said, extending her hand towards me, can we continue? I nodded, grasping her hand. It was different from Chloe's, a bit rough and calloused, yet it gave me an unexpected sense of security. Marry me. You won't regret it, right? Mia glanced at me, her smile charming. I won't, I replied, turning to look at her. I made this decision myself. I won't regret it. Good, she said, appreciating my resolve. Neither will I. After the ceremony, as we made our rounds toasting with the guests, my parents entertained our relatives while Mia and I left. Can we use the back door? I asked, stopping before we reached the main entrance. I was worried Chloe was still there, and I had no desire to see her. Mia noticed my concern and nodded. Sure, we'll go wherever you say. You're my husband. I'll listen to you. She leaned in, her beautiful face getting closer to mine. My face turned beet red. Laura couldn't help but giggle. So easy to blush. Doesn't seem like you've been in a relationship for 5 years. What about you? I couldn't resist asking. So pretty. You must have had lots of boyfriends, right, Mia? She raised an eyebrow. Who were you just calling? She teased, watching my face go from blushing cheeks to red ears. I'm just not used to it, I mumbled. Not used to what? She pressed. Not used to calling me what? Wife? I glared at her, flustered, and she laughed cheerfully. Yes, husband? Realizing she was teasing me, I felt a bit frustrated. Just as I was about to get upset, she took my hand. All right, let's save the flirting for home. Husband, we have all the time in the world. Mia led me out the back door, and once we got into the car, I saw Chloe in the rearview mirror, running after us. She was still relentless. As Mia was about to drive off, Chloe chased after the car, shouting my name, begging me to come back. Mia glanced at me. Do you want to? No need. I cut her off. My face was expressionless as I looked away. Drive. She didn't hesitate, flooring the gas pedal. Olivia couldn't catch up and was left standing there, stunned, as we sped off into the distance. We went to my new house, a place I had bought with the idea that I would live there one day with Chloe. Now, the person moving in with me was a stranger. The decor was all black and white, cold and stark. Mia took one look around and declared she didn't like it. She dragged me to the mall, and we spent the afternoon buying cute trinkets, colorful bedding, and matching couples items, from toiletries to slippers. She completely redecorated the master bedroom, transforming it from a bachelor's sterile space into a warm, shared home. I watched her, a complicated mix of feelings swirling inside me. I'd been in a 5-year relationship, but a girl suddenly coming in to take over, especially as my lawful wife, was a new and strange experience. That night, she recognized I wasn't ready to share a bed and graciously took the guest room. I let out a sigh of relief, but as I gazed at the moonlight, Chloe's image popped into my mind. She was pretty badly hurt. I wondered how she was doing. I told myself I didn't love her anymore, that I wouldn't think about her, but I couldn't help it. Just as I was about to fall asleep, my phone rang. It was Alex's number. Leo, if you have any conscience left, get to the hospital. Quick. Chloe's dying. He hung up before I could respond. My mind was in chaos. I didn't want to see her, but the Wilsons had hit her at the wedding. If something really happened, both our families would have to deal with the mess. I couldn't just ignore it. As I was leaving, Mia saw me. Where are you going? Chloe's dying, I have to see her. She scoffed. See, you can't let her go. But then she added, I'll come with you. I want to see what she's up to this time. When we got to the hospital, Chloe was unconscious after surgery. Alex, still in his wedding suit, sat blankly by her bed. Seeing me, he rushed over, ready to attack, but Mia blocked him. Just look at her, he yelled. Unconscious because of you. She wouldn't marry me because she can't forget you. Are you happy now? Ignoring him, I approached the bed. Chloe's face was pale, her eyes shut tight. She looked practically lifeless. Then, she started murmuring in her sleep. Leo, Leo. Her hands flailed, as if trying to grab onto something. A nurse came in. Did you hear her? Is anyone here named Leo? Go calm her down, can't you see how upset she is? I had no choice. I walked over and took Chloe's hand. I'm here. Hearing my voice, she instantly calmed down, clutching my hand tightly. I knew I wasn't leaving anytime soon. I spent the night by her side, Mia dozing on a nearby chair. When I opened my eyes in the morning, I found Chloe awake, staring at me, her eyes full of emotion. I tried to pull my hand away, but she wouldn't let go. Leo, she whispered. Does this mean you forgive me? You were with me all night? Does it mean you still love me? If I hadn't seen her with Alex, if I didn't know the whole story, I might have believed her. But now, it just seemed laughable. Don't get the wrong idea, Chloe. I'm only here because I'm worried your condition might affect my family's reputation. That's all. Just then, Mia appeared. Okay, you're awake now. My husband and I need to go home and rest. She grabbed my hand and bossily said, Let's go home. I'm tired. No, Leo, don't go. Chloe was so upset she fell right off the bed, crawling on the ground after me. Please don't leave. Watching her pathetic display, Mia felt a surge of anger. She walked over, picked Chloe up off the floor, and tossed her back onto the bed. I'm warning you, Leo is my husband now. Stop bothering him or I won't be so nice. She then dragged me out of the room. In the car, Mia turned to me. I dragged you away like that. You don't mind, do you? Her words were sharp, but I knew she was right. Sorry, I said, looking down. I wanted to leave, but I was worried. Then kiss me and I'll forgive you, she said, pointing to her cheek. I hesitated for a moment, then leaned over and planted a quick kiss there. It had been too long since she'd been touched by a man, and she was barely holding it together. You hungry? Let's go get some breakfast, she said, flustered, and stomped on the gas. After we left, Chloe found out the whole truth. Alex had faked his terminal illness to trick her into marrying him, and now she was pregnant with his child. Furious, she paid him millions to leave the country and had the pregnancy terminated. Alone in the house we once shared, she finally opened the box I had given her. Inside was the wedding invitation for my marriage to Mia. It was then that she finally understood. I had known everything all along. She tracked us to a horse stable where Mia was teaching me to ride. We had a clumsy fall, and I was checking Mia's twisted ankle when Chloe arrived, looking disheveled. "Leo, I miss you. Come back with me." Before I could respond, Mia pulled me into a deep kiss right in front of her. "Military marriages are legally protected, Chloe," Mia said coolly after they parted. "What you're doing now is considered disruption of a military marriage. That's a crime, you know." I looked at Chloe, my heart finally cold and steady. "I'm saying this for the last time. We're done. Completely. From the day you picked Alex up from the airport, from the moment you postponed our wedding to accept his proposal, from the moment you kissed him at that bar, we were over. I knew everything, Chloe. And I'm glad it only took me 5 years to see the real you, instead of a lifetime. I've married Mia, and I'll be her husband for life." With that, I helped Mia up and we left, leaving Chloe standing there, broken. That night, she showed up drunk at the Wilsons' home, screaming my name. Mia handled it by calling the police. When the police station called me, I told them, "Sorry, officer, I don't know her." A few days later, before Mia and I left for our honeymoon, my mom found the photo album Chloe had given me on our first anniversary. It was nearly full of pictures from our 5 years together. Without opening it, I tossed it into the trash. As we stood at the airport gate, I thought I saw Chloe's shadow behind a pillar, but when I looked again, it was gone. I stood tall and walked onto the plane with my wife, never looking back. A month later, we returned. Our first stop was the hospital for Mia's checkup. As we were leaving the doctor's office, I saw Chloe standing there, watching us. I was holding Mia's hand, telling her, "The doctor said no more ice cream for you." "I only had a little," Mia pouted, touching her stomach. "What do you think? Will the baby look more like you or me?" "Baby." The word hung in the air. Chloe froze, her mind going blank. A month away, and we were already expecting a child. She thought she still had a chance. I gently touched Mia's head. "If it's a boy, he'll be handsome like me. If it's a girl, she'll be pretty like you." I caught her hand and placed it in my palm, my eyes full of a love that was new and real and entirely hers. I knew Chloe was watching, and I knew in that moment that she finally understood. She had lost me forever. The life she threw away for a lie was now my reality with someone else. A chapter had closed, and a new one, brighter and more promising, had just begun.